Raindrops pelt the concrete outside Westfield High while Marcus clutches his threadbare jacket more tightly. A 15-year-old undersized for his years, he has black hair cascading into his vision. His oversized jacket bears a small tear in the sleeve, yet it's his sole possession. His bag displays the faded inscription of Pinewood Children's Home along its side. The weight of textbooks and artistic materials he earned through additional tasks burdens it heavily. Keeping his gaze lowered, Marcus passes through the entrance. Students shift away from his path. Their hushed remarks reach him. There's the kid without parents. Apparently they abandoned him. Stay clear. Such comments wound him more profoundly than physical blows. Over the past 3 years, Marcus has transferred through 6 schools, relocating between foster placements before arriving at Pinewood. Nobody wishes to retain him permanently. Ducking into the restroom, he rinses his face with frigid water. His mirror reflection reveals eyes carrying wisdom beyond his youth. He traces the tiny scar positioned above his right brow, a memento from a particularly harsh placement. His empty stomach rumbles. Once more, he skipped breakfast after Tommy, Pinewood's largest resident, claimed his portion. The morning bell chimes. Marcus rushes toward his initial class, hugging the corridor wall. He occupies his customary rear corner position where he remains invisible. The instructor barely glances upward during roll call. Marcus Wilson. Present, he responds softly. Yet one sanctuary exists within this entire institution where Marcus experiences security. At lunchtime, rather than visiting the dining hall, he proceeds to the art studio. Miss Peterson, the art instructor, permits him to dine there. She refrains from questioning his injuries or solitude. The fragrance of pigments and sculpting material embraces him. With ink-stained fingers in blue and black, he extracts his drawing journal. This notebook represents his most valued possession, filled with illustrations of destinations he's never visited and individuals who might cherish him eventually. Today's project involves sketching a family gathered around their dining table, sharing laughter. That looks excellent, Miss Peterson remarks, observing from behind. Marcus swiftly conceals it. It's insignificant. Art holds significance always, Marcus, she responds with a warm expression. Across town that identical morning, Ryder Miller perches at his bedside, touching his brand-new motorcycle helmet. Through his window, 5 massive motorcycles occupy their driveway. Ryder's father taps the open door frame. Tall and powerful with a dense beard and tattooed arms in vivid colors. He wears a leather vest bearing patches reading Steel Wheels and Vice President. Prepared for day 1? His father inquires. Ryder acknowledges with a nod, though his stomach tightens. What if the truth about you emerges? About the organization? His father settles beside him. Listen carefully, son. Maintain your dignity. Being related to me carries meaning. It signifies your strength and loyalty. He places a firm hand upon Ryder's shoulder. However, it also means certain individuals will pass judgment before meeting you. Ryder observes the wall photographs. Men wearing leather vests embrace one another, laughing. His relatives, not merely his father, but the complete Steel Wheels membership. What if conflict arises? Ryder questions. His father's expression turns solemn. Depart if possible, but if circumstances prevent it, he hesitates. You apply my lessons and contact me. Always reach out. They exit together. Ryder's father embraces him firmly. Stay vigilant at this new institution, he advises. Being my offspring makes you vulnerable. Boarding the school bus, Ryder remains unaware of the vehicle positioned down the street, conducting surveillance. The occupants photograph them, noting the bus identification. Danger approaches them already, though they remain oblivious. 2 weeks elapse at Westfield High. Marcus continues lunching in the art studio regularly, yet he begins noticing the recent arrival, Ryder. He occupies cafeteria tables in isolation, his dark leather coat making him conspicuous. Fellow students maintain distance, murmuring, "That's the motorcyclist's offspring. His father belongs to that organization, the Steel Wheels. My mother claims they're hazardous." Marcus comprehends the experience of being discussion fodder. He observes Ryder's expression hardening upon hearing rumors, his fists clenching before gradually releasing. One Tuesday afternoon, Marcus remains late cleaning painting implements for Miss Peterson. The corridors stand empty as he approaches his locker. Subsequently, voices emerge from the boys' restroom. Hostile, malicious voices. Something impacts the wall forcefully. Your father cannot assist you here, motorcycle scum. Let's test your actual toughness. Marcus peers through the entrance. 3 large football players have trapped Ryder in a corner. One grips Ryder's inverted backpack. Educational materials lie scattered across damp tiles. Ryder's lip bleeds, yet fury blazes in his gaze. Marcus should depart. Involvement guarantees complications, yet his legs advance regardless. His pulse hammers so intensely he registers it in his throat. Stop harassing him, Marcus declares. His voice emerges more steadily than anticipated. The largest aggressor rotates. Well, observe this. The orphanage kid attempts heroism. Subsequent events blur into strikes and suffering. Marcus registers a blow connecting with his cheek. His skull jerks backward, striking the wall. Through blurred vision, he witnesses Ryder resisting before receiving a violent push toward the wash basins. Upon a teacher's eventual arrival, both Marcus and Ryder lie injured and bleeding on the floor. Within the medical office, they occupy adjacent seats, pressing ice against their faces. Why assist me? Ryder questions. You're unfamiliar with me. Marcus shrugs, grimacing from rib discomfort. I comprehend the feeling when nobody offers assistance. They await Ryder's father's arrival together since Pinewood fails to answer calls. Ryder's parent arrives on an enormous dark motorcycle producing thunder-like rumbling. His face darkens with rage upon observing their injuries, yet he addresses them gently while assisting them onto the vehicle. The journey to Ryder's residence temporarily eclipses Marcus's pain. Wind rushes past, carrying fragrances of mowed lawns and heated pavement. Never having experienced motorcycle transportation, it resembles flight to him. Ryder's dwelling surprises Marcus. Though compact, it's orderly with a yard and blossoms beside the entrance. Within, walls display numerous framed photographs of men wearing leather vests embracing one another, all bearing identical steel wheels insignia. Ryder's father, instructing Marcus to address him as Jack, treats their wounds with heated water. His large hands work delicately. He prepares toasted cheese sandwiches dripping with butter and pours tall containers of chilled milk. You defended my offspring when others wouldn't, Jack tells Marcus. That holds significance for me. Subsequently, they gather at the kitchen surface. Relatives aren't solely determined by genetics, Jack informs Marcus. Sometimes relatives are those remaining beside you during hardship. Marcus touches the compact journal in his pocket. Within lie illustrations of fabricated individuals. A maternal figure with compassionate smile. A paternal figure with capable hands. A residence where he belongs. For years, these drawings represented his closest approximation of relatives. Yet seated in this comfortable kitchen with satisfied stomach, Marcus considers for the initial time whether possibly, just possibly, relatives might remain achievable for someone like himself. Following that occasion, Marcus dedicates more hours with Ryder. Occasionally, he remains for evening meals at Ryder's residence. Jack instructs them both in motorcycle repair within the garage. The fragrance of lubricant and steel mingles with vintage rock music from the radio. For the initial time, Marcus possesses a companion unconcerned about his Pinewood children's home residence. However, not everyone approves their companionship. Speculation circulates throughout school regarding Ryder's father and the steel wheels. Certain students claim they distribute narcotics. Others assert they injure those who oppose them. Instructors begin monitoring Ryder more attentively. One occasion, Marcus discovers Ryder at his locker, examining a deposited message. It displays a motorcycle illustration with a large X across it. Beneath appears, "Your type isn't welcome here." Simply disregard it, Ryder states, crushing the document. Yet his complexion appears pale. That weekend, Jack transports them for frozen dessert. Walking toward the motorcycles, Marcus observes a dark vehicle passing slowly. The occupants stare intensely at Jack, their gazes frigid and malicious. Who were those individuals? Marcus inquires after the vehicle departs. Jack's voice tightens. Road demons. A different organization. We've experienced certain conflicts with them recently. Monday morning, Marcus senses atmospheric changes. The school appears excessively silent, resembling the period preceding a major tempest. Throughout mathematics instruction, he gazes through the window, spotting a dark SUV stationed across the roadway. Two individuals lean against it, observing the school. During lunch, everyone discusses the mysterious individuals. Some students speculate they're law enforcement. Others believe they're criminals seeking Ryder. Perhaps contact your father, Marcus advises Ryder while they approach their lockers. Ryder agrees. Affirmative, something seems incorrect. The concluding bell chimes at 3:15. Students flood from school entrances. Marcus and Ryder proceed side by side across the parking area toward the street location where Jack agreed to retrieve them. Marcus identifies the dark SUV initially. It's stationed 20 feet distant, engine operating. The passenger window descends gradually. Sunlight reflects off something metallic within. Marcus doesn't deliberate. He doesn't strategize. His physique reacts instinctively. Ryder, watch out! He yells, shoving his companion forcefully. The gunshot's crack resembles a tree limb breaking, only amplified. Agony erupts in Marcus's right shoulder, burning and acute. He collapses. Reality becomes hazy peripherally. He registers screams. Automobile tires screech. Ryder's voice calls his identity, sounding distant. Marcus, Marcus, remain conscious. Dad's approaching. Just stay conscious. Subsequently, Marcus observes a pale ceiling. A device beeps adjacent. His physique feels weighted and unusual. His shoulder pulses with dull agony beneath thick dressings. The chamber smells of sanitizing products and something additional. Leather and motorcycle fumes. He rotates his skull gradually. Jack occupies a chair beside the bed, his large frame appearing excessively big for compact hospital furniture. His eyes appear crimson, suggesting sleeplessness. Upon seeing Marcus awake, he leans closer. Hey child, he speaks gently. You frightened us considerably. Marcus attempts speaking, yet his throat lacks moisture. Jack assists him sipping water through a tube. Ryder, Marcus manages to question. He's unharmed. Not one injury. Thanks to you. Jack's voice fractures. He grasps Marcus's hand. You rescued my offspring. You absorbed a bullet intended for him. Marcus blinks slowly. Medication hampers clear thinking. Physicians state you'll recover. The projectile passed completely through. You'll require healing time, but you'll be acceptable. Jack's grasp intensifies. You rescued my offspring, he repeats, eyes moistened with tears. That makes you relatives now. Do you comprehend? You're not isolated anymore. Through pain and medication confusion, Marcus registers something novel opening within his chest. A warm location where only void existed previously. Relatives, Marcus murmurs, the term pleasant on his tongue. 21 days elapse before physicians authorize Marcus's school return. His limb remains supported and his shoulder aches during precipitation, yet he desires normalcy resumption. Jack transports him to school that Monday morning. Marcus notices Jack repeatedly examining his phone as though anticipating something. Everything acceptable? Marcus inquires. Jack simply smiles. You'll observe. Approaching Westfield High, Marcus registers it initially. A profound rumbling noise resembling thunder moving across terrain. The sound intensifies as they rotate the corner onto School Street. Marcus's jaw drops. The complete street contains motorcycles. Not merely several hundreds. Large models, compact models, some gleaming and recent, others aged and frequently used. They extend as far as vision permits, stationed in orderly columns. Morning sunlight rebounds off chrome, creating the appearance of a luminous river. Beside each vehicle stands an individual wearing a leather vest. Males and females of all dimensions and ages standing erect and dignified. Each vest displays different insignia and hues, yet they all observe silently as Jack's truck approaches. What's occurring? Marcus murmurs. Students and instructors gather on school steps, staring at the motorcyclist ocean. Principal Watson stands at the step bottom, complexion pale. 526, he states in astonishment. There are 526 motorcycles at my institution. Jack stations the truck and assists Marcus in exiting. The student crowd separates as Jack guides Marcus toward a large individual standing at the motorcyclist's front. His vest displays President beneath the steel wheels insignia. "This is the one?" the large individual inquires. His voice sounds deep and coarse like stones. Jack nods affirmatively. "This is Marcus." The individual examines Marcus thoroughly, then displays a broad smile. "You possess courage, child. Rescuing our VP's offspring like that." He rotates and calls behind. "Bring it forward." Two motorcyclists advance, holding something between them. It's a leather coat, smaller than adult versions, brand new and gleaming in sunlight. "Try it on," Jack suggests. Marcus permits them to assist him, inserting his functional arm into the sleeve, then arranging the opposite side over his injured shoulder. The leather feels smooth and carries a new fragrance. It suits him flawlessly. "Examine the rear," Ryder states, displaying a smile. Marcus rotates to view his reflection in a motorcycle's polished surface. On the coat's rear, in vivid lettering, appears his identity, Marcus. Beneath it, "Honorary brother. We safeguard our members," the president announces loudly. "And you're among us now." However, there's additional. A female advances, gripping an envelope. Within is a document that makes Marcus's eyes expand. It's a complete scholarship to Southern Art Academy, the region's premier art institution, valid until high school completion. Every chapter contributed, Jack clarifies. All 526 riders present today because that's what relatives do. The motorcyclists activate their motors simultaneously. The noise is unprecedented in Marcus's experience. A thundering surge he registers in his feet, chest, complete physique. They accelerate motors in tribute, the sound overwhelming everything else. Marcus registers tears on his face, yet doesn't attempt concealment. That afternoon, when circumstances calm, Marcus proceeds to the art studio. Miss Peterson smiles upon seeing him, eyes gentle when observing his new coat. "Welcome back," she states, prepared to create art. Marcus nods affirmatively and removes his journal. He advances to a fresh page, unblemished and pale with potential. His pencil travels across the document, not illustrating imaginary parents this occasion. Instead, he illustrates actual faces. Jack's compassionate eyes, Ryder's smiles, the president's large hands, hundreds of motorcyclists standing dignified behind them. Relatives he never anticipated. Relatives 526 strong. Relatives as genuine as the coat on his shoulders. While drawing, Marcus recalls the precipitation on his initial Westfield day. How isolated he felt. He examines his illustration, the leather coat warming his shoulders, and understands he'll never proceed in precipitation isolated again.